kids, it's me, Toni Homeperm, the singing diva of Long Island. If you enjoy videos where I take a palette and I create a fabulous drag look, then guess what? You're in the right place. Today I am playing with SheGlam's Ambitious Aquarius palette, and I've created this ambitious Aquarian look. What do you think? This is the third in a series of videos that I'm doing with the Zodiac palettes from SheGlam. I've already done the Sagittarius and the Capricorn, and now we're getting to Aquarius because we are now in the age of Aquarius, at least for this coming month. Now the Aquarius palette, it has a really nice sort of blue-green, silvery, shimmery color story, and it's a really beautiful color story for a little 8-pan palette, and I was definitely excited to be creating a look with it today. I did swatch the palette, so why don't I throw the swatches up on the screen for you to see? Okay, first we have this sort of a cyan blue matte called Unpredictable. Then is a, well, it looks like a black matte in the pan. It's called Integrity, but it's really more of a charcoal, I guess. It was not really that pigmented for a black. Then we have a teal matte called Original. Then a sort of a cornflower blue matte called Freedom. Then a more green teal matte called Visionary, a gray matte called Eccentric, sort of a seafoam pastel called Making Waves, that's a matte, and the only shimmer in the pan, it's a silver, and it's called Independent. Okay, so those are the swatches. Most of the mattes swatched really good. Actually, it's 7 mattes and only 1 shimmer. All the mattes swatched really good, with the exception of the black Integrity. That one, it's just, I don't know what it is with it. It's just not very good. It's probably the worst color in the palette. It's just not a lot of pigmentation. I don't know what happened with that one, but you know, there are worse things. There are worse things for a palette to have. So that's really all I need to tell you about the Ambitious Aquarius palette. And I think the more interesting thing will be for me to roll the camera back in time and show you how I created this ambitious Aquarian look today using SheGlam's Ambitious Aquarius palette. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. I obviously glued down the brows, base foundation, did new brows. I used a little kickback in the palette. I used these three colors to do the brows, mainly the blue, some of this gray, and the black. And did that because I haven't done colored brows in a while. I've been doing very sort of soft glam, neutral looks, and I said it's time for change. Gotta break out every once in a while. So I said let's use the palette and use that to do the brows, and I think I'm okay with them. I think my freehand brows are getting much better the more that I do them, and brows are not going to be the main focus of this look anyway. There's a lot I think that's going to be going on. So I basically want to do this sort of mainly this row of these colors. These are very Aquarian colors, so I'm going to start with the lightest color, making waves, and then I'll go out with Visionary, then some of Original, and Unpredictable. And I'm sure I'll be deepening with the black Integrity. It's not the greatest black, but I don't want to get too dark. I don't think. So let's just see what happens. That's pretty pigmented. I have to admit. Look at that. That is pretty good. Yeah, I've found the mattes in these little SheGlam Zodiac palettes are pretty good. I was very happy with the Sagittarius palette. That's the purple one, and I liked the look that I created with it. The Capricorn, problem with the Capricorn was I think, oh, look at that. That's what color is that? Visionary. Oh, that is beautiful. I think I'm just gonna lay colors down and then we'll go back and blend. Oh, but the Capricorn palette, yeah, I just wasn't that crazy about it. The shimmers were dark, and you know, the look kind of came out muddied, so wasn't crazy about that. Okay, now some of Original. It's darker than Visionary, but not by too much, and there's not that much of a difference on the eye with it, so it's kind of a little bit redundant, I think. And now let's try Unpredictable. It's a little bit odd. Original gave me sort of a dark patchiness there. I don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like that, but we'll just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going. It's a little strange though. My mother was an Aquarius. She was born end of January. So Aquarius has always been a special sign for me, I guess. A lot of my drag is a tribute to my mother. She always dreamed of being an entertainer, a singer, comedian, but it never happened for her. So I think in a way, my being Toni Homeperm is kind of a, it's kind of a tribute to her and how she wanted to be an entertainer. I don't know what is with original. Why did it give me? It's sort of giving me a dark, like almost a grayish, like right there. It's weird. That's really weird. I don't know why that did that. I don't see it in the actual color. I wonder if I just... That is bizarre. I don't know why that did that. I see a little bit of patchiness with unpredictable, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So I'm just gonna go back and reblend everything, and then I think we're gonna have to deepen a little with some of that black. So hold on. Okay, I just went back in and blended with like a fluffier brush, and I think that's better. So I don't know why original is given that dark cast though. It's odd, but whatever. We do need to deepen this look up, and I'm going to jump into the black color called Integrity. It's not that pigmented, but I think that's actually okay, because I don't want the look to go too black. I just want to deepen things. And I do like to get much darker in the corner of the eye. It helps give sort of a winged effect. It makes you look more snatched, and we all want to look more snatched, don't we? I mean, who wants to look unsnatched? Especially when you're doing drag. It's just not a very black. I mean, like, look at this cheap little Wet n Wild palette that I've spoken about. I mean, look at that black. You know, compare that to that, right? That's probably not a good way for you to see it. So, here. That's from the Sagittarius palette, and this is that little Wet n Wild. I mean, you can see how much more pigmented the Wet n Wild is, but oh well. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Yeah, it seemed a little hard panned in the palette, and a trick that I do, you can take a spoolie and just sort of rub the hard pan, and it gives you some pigment to work with. But that definitely gave me some black. But I don't want to go too black. I want it to be a watery look. So we're just gonna keep blending and blending and blending and blending and blending, I think. But other than the black, the other mattes in this they're really, really good. Original is just a little strange because of that cast, that grayish cast. But whatever. Gonna make it all work. It's going to all work. We're just going to carefully blend and blend and blend. Try to get it all as seamless as possible. And then of course I'll be cutting the crease. And when you cut the crease, that really disguises a lot of imperfections. So okay, I'm just going to keep blending and blending and blending until I get the gradient to where I want, and then I'm just going to cut the crease. So I'll be right back after that. Okay, I'm back. I cut my crease. I did it by first carving out with a Q-tip and some makeup remover to remove as much of the shadow as possible, and then I go over that with my ColourPop very, very white concealer. That's usually my go-to technique for cutting the crease. Then I put down some NYX glitter primer on this eye, and we're going to go in with the only shimmer in the palette, Independent. Now I'm not sure if that's going to give a lot of pop. We're going to lay it down. We're going to see how it looks. We may end up putting something else down. Okay, that actually, it actually looks pretty good. I do have to admit, I'm not unhappy with this silver. I think I can live with it. I think I may even use that as my highlighter today. Yeah. Not bad. Okay, let me do the same on the other side, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I put that silver shimmer down, and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really good. So far so good. Now I was gonna do my a little bit of liner work, and I remembered I have these little colored liners from SheGlam from their Wretched Romance collection, and haven't really used them. And normally I would do black on the top of the lid, but I've got this dark blue, and I'm like, why not? I've got it. We're doing a very sort of different kind of look. If I don't like the black, I could always go over it. I mean, if I don't like the blue, I could always go over it with black. So I said, let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? And I mean, I have them. I ought to use them. Higher than I wanted it to, but oh well. Happy accident. It's not bad. I think I like that. I'm gonna stick with that, and then of course I just have to do the bottom of the eye, and let's go in on the bottom of the eye with, let's see, I think we're going to go in with that color, Undetectable. And we'll see if we deepen it up with some of the black. I'm sure we will. Okay, I think I really like how that's looking. So, let me do the same on the other side, and I think that's everything we're going to do on camera, and I'll finish the rest of the face off camera, and when I come back, it'll be a completed drag look. Stay tuned. And we're back, and here it is, the finished drag look. What do you all think? Is this worthy of an Aquarian look? Well, as I said, my mother was an Aquarius, and I think she would give this her seal of approval. So yeah, I'm very happy with my SheGlam Aquarian look that I came up with today. Now, of course, I have to fill you in on everything that she did when she went off camera and completed the look. So, of course, there was drag contouring and highlighting. I went back into the Aquarian palette. I was going to call it Sagittarius. Aquarian palette, and I used this color Independent as my highlight, and it's just blinding. I also threw a few little rhinestones on under the eye, just for fun. What else? Blush, of course, was from the Chaotic Cosmetics Bang & Blush palette, and of course I used my favorite color, Guilty. I know, everyone's sick of hearing me talk about it, but it's my favorite. The lip was a number of different products. Of course, the base, I used this Maybelline Super Stay in the color... What color is that? Explorer. I love this dark blue Maybelline liquid lip. It's great as a base when I'm doing like a blue look. And then on top of it, I used a little bit of my Chaotic Cosmetics. It's a pastel blue. It's called Cutie Pie. And then on top of that, I went back in with some more of Independent from the Ambitious Aquarius palette by SheGlam. And then I had this gorgeous new wig that my husband has done up for me. I was saving it for this Aquarian look, and on the whole, I have to say I'm very happy with this look. I think this would be a great look to do a number in. It's definitely a drag-worthy look. I love that shimmer of the silver on the eyelids. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this look. So now the question is the SheGlam Ambitious Aquarian, is it a drag-worthy palette? Well, the black is a little lackluster, but I really do like how the look came out, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say that it's drag-worthy. It's on the cusp, shall we say, which is apropos considering it's a zodiac palette. It's on the cusp of being drag worthy and not drag worthy. It's just right there on the cusp. I did make it work. Really wish that the black was a better, more pigmented black. It's just very it's kind of a lackluster black, but everything else in the palette is really great. And I got these at such, a ridiculously low price, so if the black is if it's not the greatest black, oh well. I have so many great blacks in my makeup collection that, if I wanted to use this palette and just grab another black, like my Wet n Wild, I mean, I could do that, and it's not a big deal. So I guess, you know, the one pan being, you know, sort of meh, I guess I'll give it a pass. So, yeah, it's drag worthy. And of course, if it's drag worthy, you know it's Toni Home Perm approved. You could definitely do an everyday wearable look with this palette. It's a fun palette. That's the one thing I do want to say. It's a fun color story, and I had fun with it today, and I'm really happy with this Aquarian look that I created. If you like this video, then please hit the like button down below, and of course also hit the subscribe and the notification bell. This way YouTube can alert you every time one of my new videos comes out. You can also catch me twice a month on the internet variety show Naughty or Niiiiiice, which is the program I do with the horror diva Alexis Flame, and that's on twice a month. Don't forget, there's also all our Naughty or Niiiiiice merchandise, and all the details for that will be listed down below. Almost forgot, my weekly podcast, God, I'll Get You for That, Walter, which is the show that I do with Tom Cat. We watch episodes of the 1970s sitcom Maude, which starred B. Arthur. We review them. We discuss the social implications and ramifications, talk about how things were in the 1970s, how much they have changed, and in some ways, they've still stayed the same. And all the details for that are also listed down below. Well, that's all I have for you today, kids. This was the ambitious Aquarian look that I created with the SheGlam Ambitious Aquarius palette. This is the third video I've done in their Zodiac series, and I'm excited to continue doing looks each month with the next sign. So until the next video, bye bye.